T.I., if you've ever heard the term hip-hop cops, which is shorthand for saying cops who may be targeting rappers, this may be the textbook case. And we have body cam well, this may be, I said. Yeah. I mean, dude, we have body cam video that we got that is pretty shocking. This is body cam footage from T.I.'s arrest back in May. You remember, he couldn't get in, he didn't have his key, couldn't get into the gated community where he and Tiny live, and he got into an altercation with the security guard. Security guard then calls the cops saying that he feels... Who was sleeping, by the way? The security guard was. Yeah. Calls the cops and says he feels threatened, he feels like T.I. is going to harm him. T.I. never put any hands on the security guard. And the security guard claims that he didn't know it was T.I. Yes, and that's, so now this is the body cam footage from the officer, the Henry County police officer who showed up to deal with this situation. He is talking to the security guard and the security guard's supervisor. Watch. Does he live here?
I have no idea.
That's T.I., the rapper.
Oh, he is?
His wife is...
He's the rapper?
Yeah, he's the rapper. His wife lives in the facility, and...
He think his don't stink.
Right.
Yeah.
Basically. Make a long story short.
Everybody bowing down to his butt.
Who he was is really probably what set it off.
All of this, by the way, is being said behind T.I.'s back. This is inside the security offices. T.I. is presumably somewhere just outside there because he was arrested shortly after. And my understanding of the sequence here is this body cam video was shot after the security guard actually called, that they communicated with Tiny, his wife, who was inside the house that he was trying to get to, saying, that's my husband, let him in. Right. He may not have his ID, but let the damn guy in. And the security guard started screaming at Tiny. Yes. And so he couldn't get in, the cops came out, and that's what happened.
So for me, number one, it's one thing to have people have a preconceived notion just because you're a black man in America. Now, they're holding his success as a rapper against him as well. You guys know how I feel about the hip-hop cops. I feel like this is a classic case example of hip-hop copism right here. It really did sound like the thing that set the cop off was the hearing that he's a rapper. Hearing that he's a rapper. He's a rapper. Oh, hearing that he's a rapper, it seems like to me was the thing that made the cop want to say something about T.I., man. Yeah, it does not look good.
I don't know how you argue against that. Now, we should say, you remember when T.I. was arrested, he was very heated about it and felt there was no need for him to be arrested. He argued with police. We had that video once he got back to, when they took him down to the police station, he was still asking them, why am I here? He never got a satisfactory explanation.
Because clearly they didn't know why. I mean, it didn't make zero sense. And they obviously had something against him from the beginning. This shows that. Because it's like, oh, he's a rapper. He acts like he doesn't stink. I mean, what do you mean by that?
It is also interesting that the officer said he doesn't, I don't know who that is. But you're telling me he's a rapper, and he immediately jumped to that. T.I. was charged with simple assault, public drunkenness, and disorderly conduct.
He was not drunk, he says. All three are misdemeanors. And look, the fact of the matter is, even if he's convicted on any of these, he's most likely not doing any jail time for this. I don't see how he gets convicted, because if he's convicted, honest to God, when the jury hears this, it's bad. It looks bad. Oh, it's a deal killer. Of course. I mean, when the jury hears that they had it out for him. Would you be shocked if the charges, if the DA just drops all the charges, just drops the case? Well, I think the DA's in a. You know, it depends on how close the DA is to the police. In some cities, they're super close. In some cities, they don't get along. Right. I don't know whether the DA wants to help the police save face in this case, and whether they try to plea bargain it out or do something like that. But, I mean, at a point, T.I.'s position was, they were just harassing me, and I think this proves it. Yeah.
Hi, this is Rashayla from San Francisco. I totally agree with Van, and I feel like, you know, if it was a country singer, would they have treated him the same way? And it's just not right. I love you, Van.
I love you too, sister. Wow.
I feel like she didn't really want to say anything about T.I. No, she just wanted to say you. Van could have been talking about Lucky Charms, and she called in. Okay. All right, fine.
Look, you done made his day right now. He is geek.
I like getting love. I like getting love, man. Love you too, sister.